And just when you thought that we were done with the girls' side, they decided to go ahead and play an extra period. We're playing in the extra 10 now. And the action continues here on the throwdown. So as we look at things, it is going to be Parkview. As you look at things, as you look at the picture in your mind's eye, they're going to be going from left to right. Peachtree Ridge going from right to left here in the extra 10. Ball popped up into the air by Brooke Sowers. Peachtree Ridge down the left-hand side with Isabella Solis. Tries to put it inside the 18. Ball knocked away by Parkview towards center circle. Grabbed by Gabrielle Paulding by Peachtree Ridge instead, trying to work their way down the left-hand side. Betsy Boo on the turn. Didn't have enough on it as she was looking for her intended target. Here comes Parkview back the other side. Charging up the left. Target was there, but it goes up and over everybody. Sierra Johnson will grab easily for Peachtree Ridge. Johnson up into the air. Near side. Amaya Blackwell was looking for Gulafak. The only people there are the Parkview defense. Through ball, too much on it. Looking for the target on the other side in Braziunas. Kept in nicely by Sydney Steele. Braziunas taken out by Gabrielle Paulding. No whistle, excellent tackle. Braziunas is still down as we're now 6.5 minutes to go. Braziunas helped up by Steele. And it's going to be a throw for Parkview. Blackwell with the throw. Will go short of the 18. Blackwell tried to sweep at it with the right, didn't quite catch it flush, ends up going wide of the net near post, and it will be goal kick coming up on 6 minutes to go in overtime. 6 minutes in the extra frame. Once again, reminder that after this, it will be the boys' match with Peachtree Ridge and Parkview. In between the end of the 80 minutes and the decision to play the extra frame, boys were out there starting to warm up. Maddie, you'll have your lineups with you coming up in short order. Big hop up and over Savannah Bradford, but kept by Brooke Sowers and by Ryan Utley. And it's going to be a throw for Parkview. Back and forth, Megan Goolsby with the header, but chasing into the corner, going to be played back to Sierra Johnson. Johnson pops it up into the air, gets it about 30 yards from goal over on the far side. 4 contacts with the head, but Gulafak unable to control it inside the 18. Ball cleared, and it's going to be a throw about 25 yards from goal over on the far side for Parkview. It's going to be another corner because that was cleared away by Maya Mansour. Or are they going to say it was last touched? They're going to say it was last touched by. I'm going to say it was last touched by Parkview instead. So it'll be a goal kick for Sierra Johnson. Johnson with the right, up the right-hand side, under 4.5 minutes to go in the extra frame. Throw in Parkview. And they're going to say it was a handball by Gabrielle or a foul by Gabrielle Paulding. So it will be about 30 yards from goal over on the far side. Moving it back to in between 30 and 35. So what can Parkview do here? High line, Peachtree Ridge defense around the edge of the 18. Braziunas, line drive, one hop, grab, but Sierra Johnson had it. Couldn't quite keep control of it. And it's going to be a corner for Parkview now with under 3.5 minutes to go. Set up over at the far corner flag. Looks like it's going to be an in-swinger with the right. Chipped up toward the penalty spot, headed up into the air, and Johnson will grab. Johnson had it tracked the entire time, and in her backswing, trying to roll it forward, she hit a Parkview player with it, and the Panthers win possession all over again. 50 yards from goal, a little chaotic there toward the top of the D. The 3 Peachtree Ridge players are there. Trying to spin out of trouble, it's Betsy Boo. Betsy Boo shepherded off the ball. Here's Braziunas. Braziunas double-teamed, has Steele with her. Eva Serna was there as an intended target. You've unintentionally hit the money ball portion of the game. 2 balls out on the pitch. Coming up on 2:10 to go in the extra frame. Braziunas, throw, chested down, looking for Gulafak. Gulafak couldn't keep the handle. Coming back the other way, it's Peachtree Ridge and Megan Goolsby. Goolsby's long launch down the right-hand side, too much on it. Trying to find an intended target. It's going to be a throw for Parkview, and this time it's going to be Savannah Bradford with the throw. Coming up on 100 seconds to go extra frame. Peachtree Ridge coming away with it. Spinning out of trouble, Samantha Williams. Intended pass in the give and go. Didn't have a whole lot of MPH on it. Ends up being intercepted by Parkview. A lot of activity here in the middle 20 yards. 10 yards in each half. Dicey opportunity there. Malia Burks trying to find a partner to get Peachtree Ridge on the break once again. Parkview almost intercepted it. Center circle, a couple of passes back and forth coming up on a minute. Megan Goolsby tried to turn, hits it off the defender in Serna. Now Peachtree Ridge trying to work up the left-hand side. They can't. Blackwell with the throw now. Throws it 2 hops, 3. Picked up by Sydney Steele. Has a bit of a run on her. And she sends it off the defender, Kennedy Connor, and it's going to be a late corner. 30 seconds in the extra frame. Steele, instead of chasing the ball that's headed toward the track, gets help from one of the ball attendants. 20 seconds. Steele's going to have an outswinger with the right toward the penalty spot, headed down and into the arms of Ciara Johnson. Bit of a pinball action. And that'll do it. So that's it for that 10-minute session. And we'll come back once again for another 10-minute session. We'll do 2 10s. And then, do we get PKs? That will be the interesting part. Teams are going to flip sides. Coming up on 40 seconds left in the minute break. And we'll see what happens here. Once again, the back and forth. You had the goal in the 23rd minute. Made it 1-0 first half. That was the score at the break. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Made it 2-1, and then the own goal made it 2-2, and that's where we are. It was over the last 23 minutes. So a little bit, 24 minutes. So a little bit of symmetry. 23 in, 24 remaining. And there's the horn to get the teams back out there after their counsel from Coach Veljevich and Coach Gaffney. So let's see what they have in mind here as temperatures really start to dip a little bit. Once that sun went down, everything that was going on in the 60s went into the 50s and the 40s pretty quick. So we'll see what the teams have in mind here. Once again, they flip ends. Parkview here in the second 10 minutes will be going from right to left as you picture the match in your mind's eye. Peachtree Ridge will be going from left to right here in this 10 minutes. And there's your whistle from center F, and we're back at it. Nothing resolved in the first 10 minutes. We'll see what happens in the second 10. First contact up the right-hand side, looking for Madison Wynn, the goal scorer for Peachtree Ridge. Good through ball up the right-hand side. The chances there for Mason Bisbis, and in! Bisbis sends it in toward the 6. 2 defenders are there for Parkview. 2 offensive players are there for Peachtree Ridge. And 28 seconds into the second overtime period, Peachtree Ridge gets it in the back of the net, and they've got a lead, and Parkview's got some work to do. Bisbis worked her way down the right-hand side, just outside the 18, sent it in toward the 6. 4 players converged, and the keeper, and you end up with a goal on the board for Peachtree Ridge, and they take the lead 3-2. So at 100 minutes and 28 seconds, you end up with the lead for Peachtree Ridge that they hadn't had since the 23rd minute. 5 players converging on the ball that Bisbis sent in inside the 18, right at the top of the 6. Peachtree Ridge gets it past the keeper into the back of the net, and we're at 3-2 visitors with the lead once again. Up the right-hand side. Peachtree Ridge now, center circle. Big head of steam. Up the left-hand side now. Nice pass by Betsy Boo, tracked down on the far corner, just toward the edge of the 18. Boo over to the left-hand side to help out. Right at the edge of the 18, launches, and it's right on for Sarah Cook to make the save. Two minutes into the second overtime here. Now 3-2 Peachtree Ridge. Through and looking for Boo, but Boo was held up in defense by Sydney Steele. And here comes Parkview on the right-hand side. Gulafak. Malia Burks is there to try and help defend. Gulafak tracks it down in the corner by the far corner flag, and the ball centering pass trickles over the end line. It'll end up being a goal kick 2.5 minutes into the second OT. Sierra Johnson taking her time. Understandably so, directing a little traffic. Left hand in the air. Substitution coming in for Coach Veljevich and Peachtree Ridge at the next opportunity. And center F is wandering over to, looks like Burks and Gulafak, having a bit of a discussion with Gulafak specifically. A quick word. And into the air, Sierra Johnson. Low line drive, and it was last touched by Sydney Steele. Substitution now for Peachtree Ridge, and looks like Betsy Boo will be catching her breath a little bit. And coming in will be Navya Verma for the second time in the match. 6:40 and counting here in the second OT. 2 Peachtree Ridge players, 3 Parkview players in defense. Peachtree Ridge wins it out. Chip and chase, but it will end up being in Sarah Cook's hands instead for Parkview at 6:20 and counting. Big hop up over the first player. Brazunas trying to track it down, trying to get away from Gabrielle Paulding. She does. Ball was kind of in the in-betweens. Burke was looking for Sierra Johnson to come claim it, but it wasn't going fast enough where she could grab it with her hands. Ends up being a throw for Parkview, but Parkview can't handle the throw. Peachtree Ridge knocks the ball out, trying to defend. It's going to be a throw for Savannah Bradford. Ball hops twice. Popped up into the air by Peachtree Ridge down the attacking right-hand side. About 10 yards inside the attacking half. It's a chance for Parkview again. 5.5 minutes to go here, second OT. Peachtree Ridge leading 3-2 with the lead for the first time since the 23rd minute. Madison Nguyen with the spin move in the 360. But Parkview coming away with it. Steele tries to get it into the corner to Gulafak, defended by Burks, the North Georgia commit. Creating a lot of problems down the attacking right-hand side for Parkview. Not a whole lot of space available when she's back there. Parkview in possession, 10 yards inside the attacking half. Peachtree Ridge tries to clear. They do. They get it past Megan Goolsby, though, and Parkview once again coming away with it. Savannah Bradford with a little bit of room. Looking for Braziunas off her left shoulder. She tracks it down. Braziunas will chip. Short hop, easy grab, Sierra Johnson. Under 4.5 to go, second OT. Johnson with the jump kick. Big hop up and over Megan Goolsby. 2 defenders are there for Parkview. But Marley Camp can't quite advance it the way that she wants. And here comes Peachtree Ridge the other way. Defended nicely. Running back was Isabel Tinker. It'll be a throw for Madison Nguyen. And substitutions for both teams coming up at the next opportunity as we're now under 4 minutes. And it looks like for Peachtree Ridge, Navya Verma in for a couple of minutes. And Isabel Tinker was in for a couple of minutes. They will take seats. Looks like Betsy Boo is back in for Peachtree Ridge. And looks like Ava Serna back in for Parkview. Throw aimed toward the edge of the 18. Swept away nicely by the first touch of Savannah Bradford, but with 3-on-2 and the advantage for Peachtree Ridge, they kept possession. Serna with a touch inside the 18, finally cleared away from the 18, but Parkview can't clear it out. Bradford tried to converge. It ends up with Braziunas about 15 yards inside their defensive half. Braziunas now on a 25-yard charge, leaves it for Gulafak. She stood up once again by Burks. Well done there by Malia Burks. Burks goes from right to left with possession. She is shouldered off by Brianna Salcido, who is back in. The ball ends up going over the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick at 3 minutes to go, second OT. Johnson looks up the left-hand side. Salcido lets it go past her shoulder, so it'll end up being a throw 20 yards inside the attacking half for Parkview. Braziunas tries to track it down. You know Burks is going to be close by. She is. So is Betsy Boo. And it's a throw 10 yards away from the corner flag over in the far corner. Braziunas couldn't quite handle off of the first and second hop. Goes over the inline goal kick. And once again, Sierra Johnson will waste not a whole lot of time. She'll waste a lot of time. She'll waste as much as she can. She's going to take her time with 2:10 to go here in the second OT. Foot into football, sweeps at it with the right. Braziunas got the header 30 yards away from goal, popped up into the air over Salcido. Madison Wynn had possession, lost it to Salcido. Salcido bumps Gabrielle Paulding off the ball, picked back up by Savannah Bradford. Bradford to Sowers. Sowers looking centrally. Picked up by Malia Burks. Burks with the long launch. Looking for Megan Goolsby. Too much to it. Camp gets there first, about 20 yards from goal. It's going to be a deep throw for Peachtree Ridge. Minute 15 and counting here in the second OT. And Peachtree Ridge will take their time once again. Not a whole lot of pressure on the throw in. Betsy Boo had it. Passed it forward. Sowers was looking for Gibb. Too much on it. Now there's a lot of space here for Samantha Williams. Williams inside the D. 3 defenders were there for Parkview. And off the deflection, they finally do clear. Sowers looking to spring the Parkview offense, but Maya Mansour was there instead. Gulafak, the tall target, is there with Salcido. Gulafak looking down the right-hand side. Angle was too tight, and we're under 30 seconds now for Sierra Johnson. Johnson will put it up into the air at 15 seconds, and it's going to take something close to miraculous for Parkview to get a final shot on goal. Popped up into the air, one last chance. Goolsby trying to track it down. Megan Camp is there, or Marley Camp is there for Parkview. And there's your horn. Overtime win for Peachtree Ridge over Parkview 3-2 on the goal. 28 seconds into the second frame. And with 15 minutes on the clock, we got 15 minutes to shut this down. Thank our friends from Subaru of Gwinnett, Reverb Hotel by Hard Rock, downtown Atlanta, and by our friends at Kaiser Permanente for hanging out with us for a little extra girls soccer. All of this will be combined later on the SDH app, and we'll get it all squared away so you can listen to the game in its entirety. Overtime and regulation and all. Final score, 3-2, Peachtree Ridge over Parkview in OT. Maddie Cruz will have the call for you on the boys' side coming up in short order. So once again, separate broadcast coming up about 10 till 8 on the SDH network. So play it safe, everybody, one more time, and we'll catch up with you soon.